me off. Camera, what do you know? Reality TV.
Okay, Jamie, this is your own personal tour of Europa 1. Oh, look, it's you, Jamie. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Dad.
Hey, Dan, you still upset that you got the bottom bunk?
How did you know I was thinking about that? I really was thinking about
The top is just so much better.
Yeah, I was
look at
supposed to
that.
have that.
Here's Daniel down there.
I was
Oh,
supposed
so
to have-
crammed. I'm so crammed. Look at my spacious. Can you film me for a second? Okay, so this is actually one of two living quarters. What they do is they rotate around the core modules. This gives us simulated gravity. Watch this. We also get to experience real gravity-free space excitement. Woo! And the head rush that goes with it.
Crew meeting in 1 hour, guys.
Okay.
Now, the thing about zero gravity is that it makes our bones and muscles really weak. This is why we spend as much time as possible in these living modules.
Yeah, okay, just pass it up. I got it. Okay.
And there's the lovely Katya. Now, these are some of the science tools that we're using to test for life on Europa, and your dad has to fix them if any of them break.
When you're done playing tourist, you can come over here and help me. If you're not afraid to chip a nail.
Now, whoa, this is a cockpit.
Mission controls are
Copy, Rosa. We have sync.
And Rosa, our pilot, used to fly jets before she started flying us around. And what's she doing? She's setting up the camera system which monitors everything that happens on the ship. Smile for Jamie, Rosa. And now, last thing I want to show you, have a look at this. The view. Kind of ironic, really. So little space in here and so much space out there. Whoa.
As the ship passed the moon, it had already gone farther than any human being had ever traveled before. I mean, think about that. Across all of human history, that moment was the farthest anyone had ever gone. But they still had millions upon millions of miles to go. Our craft was heading for a moon of Jupiter, known as Europa.
This mission is riding on the shoulders of many great men and women. And so if we have any legacy at all, I would hope that it would be that we would inspire those who come after us to keep exploring, to keep questioning, to keep pushing the boundaries, to keep looking for the answers to those really tough questions. Who are we? Why are we here? Where do we come from? And are we alone?
For a very long time, Europa has seemed to be just a solid sphere of ice, but even just looking at its surface, there are clues. You know, there might be water underneath the ice. And then in the fall of 2011, scientists realized they released data showing the presence of subsurface lakes of liquid. And wow, wherever we have found water, we have found life. But what came next was even more startling. NASA discovered heat signatures under an area known as the Connemara Chaos. Well, they teased the idea that simple monocellular life in our solar system might not just be possible, it might be probable.
I want to go to Europa, go ice fishing. Cut through the ice, lower a submersible, look around, see what's there, see what swims up to the camera lens and licks it.
If life exists on Europa, it will be the single most profound discovery in human history.
Staff to mission control.
Over.
We read you, Rosa. Over.
Data sync is live.
How's everyone holding up?
I think it's potato soup.
Dude, why? Why would you put garlic into a space dish?
Oh,
It's very rich. It's very
I have to say though,
Hello?
look, I've got another mile to go.
fantastic. We have lights now.
What about you? When you can actually call someone.
None of your business.
Hey,
It's time.
I should have learned Mandarin before we left. What are we talking about?
Go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Andre's already working on a fix. If it leaks anymore, we'll isolate the manifold. Oh, and we have a series of fuse events in Rosa Station. Can you have the team on duty investigate? Over.
Copy that, but you might have it fixed before we finish the review. You're making us feel 2 steps behind. Over.
Make him blush. Over. Mission Control, can you hear me? Andrew's in the shower right now, so I want to take this opportunity to tell you that your shower system is totally inadequate. And I don't buy your theories about the body adjusting to the new hygiene regime.
You know what I can adjust to? The drinking of the distilled urine.
Oh, James.
I'm just saying. You're worried about my smell, and you're drinking my urine? You know what I think they're really pissed off about? You guys only gave them 4 outfits. So sometimes they wake up in the morning, they find out they're wearing the same thing the entire day. They get totally pissed off. And the shoes, you gave them 2 pairs of shoes for a woman. I'm just saying.
Rosa, dinner!
Come in.
Who's the lasagna?
Yeah.
That's you.
Oh, God.
Who's the pod macaroni and cheese-ish?
I guess I'll take that.
Just 6 months.
Cheers.
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 Okay.
Wait, you're not looking into my eyes.
Go to the blue.
That's where
Can I see?
Did you see any polar bears? Not really.
We pulled our astronauts from the very best space programs across the globe. Our captain is William Shue.
I think this mission will show people that we're still capable of achieving impossible things.
Dr. Daniel Luxembourg.
My entire adult life has been dedicated to exploring extreme environments, and I became an astronaut specifically to have the opportunity to do something like this.
Dr. Katya Petrovna.
Life on Earth began in the ocean, so in some ways this mission will be like taking a trip back in time. My background is in marine biology and oceanography. To be honest, sometimes I'm terrified of flying.
Andre Block.
I've been out, I think I have 349 days in outer space. So I'm what you call a veteran. The only thing I can't fix is the food.
James Corrigan.
I remember watching footage at school of Neil Armstrong on the moon and just knowing, I want to do this.
Rosa Dask.
Call me immature, reckless, arrogant. I just want to go faster and farther than anyone else before.
We had to design a spacecraft unlike any before it. Of course, once the decision was made to put people on board, the requirements ballooned. Human beings need food, shelter, they need an environment that is survivable and has some level of comfort.